What's up, champions? Welcome back to JetSurf Nation, your place where you test and review different jet boards and efoils. Today, in this sunny day here in Cascais, Portugal, we are going to show you the new exciting Audi Aerofoils performance board. Today, joining me as always, Pedro, professional rider. Welcome, Pedro.
Hi Mike, thank you again for showing up here at Cascais. So we have a really nice sunny day and those beautiful toys. So let's test it in the water.
Alright, Andreas from eSurf.
Hey everybody!
We did a full detailed video with Andreas recently, but today we are going to add a lot of new details. And of course Thomas from Audi Aerofoils. Welcome, Thomas.
Yes, hello, I'm the first time here, guys, and looking forward going out on the water.
Very cool. Are you ready? Let's do it! The first things first, Audi Aerofoils is basically the first jet efoil on the market. So tell us a little bit, what's the main difference in performance of the jet efoil compared to traditional open propeller efoil?
Okay, I think the main difference between a jet drive and open propeller is, on the one hand, certainly the safety. You can't really touch the impeller or propeller. The other thing, it's actually very smooth. And some people like it, some people don't like it. Some want to have the torque, some actually enjoy that you can ride very smooth. And I think these are the two main advantages, or let's say differences.
Yes, for me it's the same. I think all the brands they went for the jet propeller because of the security. Because as we know, there are some countries that they don't allow open propellers to ride on the lakes, and probably with the jet they can overpass that. Much more smooth when you start to take off. As Andreas is saying, some people like it, some people don't. But it's a thing that you can choose. But it's really fast. When you're going, it's really fast. I like the feeling of the jet.
Another advantage of the jet efoil is very smooth and very low noise compared to the open prop. The noise levels are so low you cannot hear anything. It's like woo! You press the button and it just goes completely smooth, completely silent. Really good feeling. Here we go, guys, riding Audi Aerofoils.
So our design goals from Aerofoils was to get a very efficient drive unit and also in good design, because you see it's very slim. We have not that much drag than in propeller, so I think we have tomorrow a lot of fun in the waves.
Sounds good, guys. And we can compare this jet to other brands that already have jet efoils. This one is much smaller than the other we saw. What do you think, Andres?
Yes, I have seen now a few jet foils, you know, Takuma as an example. I had visit from Jet Foiler from the US, and then of course a eWave winger. So from a riding side it's similar, they are also smooth, but from the diameter this is the smallest, so that's why we actually here in Portugal we want to test it into the waves. So I'm also really looking forward for tomorrow to see how it actually slides through the waves.
Yeah, the main advantage riding waves is the ability to ride the waves depowered. So you release the trigger and then you glide using the power of the wave. In other brands we have like a folding prop or true glide, but with jet efoil we don't need anything. We just release the trigger and we supposedly just glide using low drag from efoil.
Yeah, I was really amazed because even today in flat water, with just a small waves from the boats, I could power off completely, and even with a small wing I could have a really good glide. So I was just amazed with this board.
Let's talk a little bit more about the boards you have. This one is a performance board, which is smaller than the standard one. What's the difference in size, guys?
So both boards here are performance boards and they have 80 liters. They are smaller, and also the complete dimension is smaller. And what else, it turns a little bit smoother and faster. You have not that much weight, and so it makes very fun. It's very funny.
I tried now on the flat water before we started the interview. The swing weight is much less than the standard board, but probably it's a little bit harder for beginners to get going.
It's very similar to other companies who have different board sizes. You go smaller, it's a little bit harder to get up, but yes, it's more agile.
Now let's cover the mast and the wings. What wings are you currently offering, and is there new wings coming?
Yes, there are. At the moment we have 4 wings, so a completely beginner wing, also for riders which are more heavier. Then we have the standard wing, so it's a very all-round wing for the wave, from free riding. It goes also very fast, and beginners have also fun and they can learn it. The whole family can learn it. There are two smaller wings, the 1100 wing and the 900 wing, and yes, they are more agile. They have not a little bit lesser pressure point transformation if you ride it, and they are not so stable, and so they are more for the pro riders.
Sounds good. So Andreas, what setup will you recommend for beginners and those who just getting started, or rentals, and which one for more advanced riders?
I mean, for beginners and rentals, obviously you should go for a larger board. And then I talked to Pedro earlier today. He's basically telling his customer the same than I do. If it's a sporty rider who does only ride himself the board, then he should go for the shorter board. If his entire family or friends, or maybe heavier friends, want to use it, it's better to go to the larger board. It doesn't mean that you cannot have fun with the larger boards, right? It's an all-rounder, it's for everybody. But if it's just for one sporty guy who wants to go to the edge, then he should go for a smaller board and a smaller wing.
Yes, you can take a little bit more time to get used to a smaller board, but then you have the schools that you can rent some bigger gear for the first lessons, and then you have the smaller board that you don't have to waste more money in buying two boards.
And you used to have two colors, you're still offering two colors, right?
For the performance board, actually we have only this color, so the black one. It's a little bit sportier than the white one, but we have something in the pipeline, so see next year there is something coming.
So let's talk more about the wave riding. This is the most exciting part for me, as you can see. What's the technique you need to use? Because in other open prop boards you basically have to drop the trigger and then the folding prop will close. But what about the Jet Efoil?
Yes, my experience is with the Jet you must go a little bit not that fast with the trigger, so you let it smoothly away, go a little bit more on the back feet, and so you can go smoothly in the wave. And yes, with the reduced drag it is possible to completely lower the gas to zero. And if you feel on the end of the wave that you need some power, you get very smoothly with the jet power in your system, and so you can go out of the wave.
So repowering must be really easy as well. Yeah?
Correct, because everything is smoothly, and that's the main benefit from my point of view.
And the board is also very jumpy. You can do a lot of amazing tricks, like you've been doing right here, all the jumps and riding sitting. Yeah.
Yes, it's training, but it's not that difficult. You can learn it, and eyes on your safety itself. So I be on helmet because the board is heavy, and so you can do step by step new tricks.
Sounds good. We made a video and Andreas made an article about the efoiling tricks you can do. So check it out. You can do a lot of amazing tricks from riding like Aladdin, sitting, surf sitting, jumping, riding backwards, switching legs, whatever you want. It's a lot of progression you can do with these boards. So currently you have 4 wings and you have more wings coming targeted for wave riding.
Yes, correct. We develop actually 2 wings for wave riding, and the aim of these 2 wings is that they are a little bit more roll friendly. So you can go in the wave, put your feet a little bit, and the board definitely rolls very fast into the wave. So that's the goal for the new wave wing. And like Aerofoils, the philosophy is they are also very efficient, so that you have the same glide feeling than these wings actually have.
Alright, sounds good guys. The board looks amazing. The quality is on the highest level. What you can expect from brands like Audi. It looks just amazing. Everybody who sees this board, they just falling in love. They want to take them faster than they're shipped actually. So if you want to try this board in Berlin, here we have Andreas. Make sure you contact eSurfer and get your lessons with this board and have a lot of fun in Berlin. And here we have Pedro. So if you happen to be in Portugal, in Cascais or anybody else,
you can try it here at Cascais. We have both boards for testing. So come and do a lesson with us.
Yeah. Alright, and now we cannot wait to go to my place in Baleal, where we have amazing waves, and hopefully we'll catch some waves. Shall we? Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, let's go. Let's go
go.
to the water.
windy day, offshore conditions, but we had so much fun testing Audi in the water. In case you're wondering what are the pros and cons of using the Jet instead of the folding propeller in the waves. The main advantage of the Jet is that the power output is very smooth. You can press the trigger ever so slightly and still get very smooth power, which makes it much easier for you to get started, to start playing, and also to regain power after you glide on the wave. The disadvantage of the Jet is that it wants you to go straight. It's pushing the water out, it's self-righting the board, so it's a little bit harder to make the turns. Now, the main question is, can you really fully release the trigger and go completely depowered? And the answer is yes, you can do this. As you can see, even on such a windy day in the small waves, I could release the trigger and still go completely depowered. Would I always want to do this? Not necessary. The Jet would obviously have little more drag compared to the folding prop. So the main advantage here is to use little bit of trigger when you still glide on the wave, so it will give you a little bit more speed and more performance. All in all, super fun performance board, very fast, very easy to ride, very smooth, very quiet and very jumpy. You should definitely try it out. Woo! We had an amazing session with Thomas riding Audi here in Baleal in the waves. It's such a strong wind today offshore, but still we could have a lot of fun on the water. So I think it was an amazing day. Thank you so much, Thomas, for coming here. Thank you, Andreas, for bringing these amazing boards to us.
Very cool.
Very cool, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next one.
Bye bye.
Cheers.
Bye bye.